What's going on, good people? Welcome to Camille Street, episode number 57. Yes, you guys, this is episode 57, and I am without a topic. I'm just going to wing it because it is just so much going on. I've had so much on my mind. I've got so much that I have to do. First, I want to start off, though, by thanking every single person who donated, who bought a book, who bought some items from me, some shea butter. I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank you for your donations. We did not meet the goal, but I just want you to know my time is limited, so my backdrop may change. So if you guys see me without the Camille Street sign, you know what time it is. However, I still want to say thank you to each and every one of those who donated, and I know that I will get back on my feet. I know that everything happens for a reason, and I know that there are zero mistakes made in life. It's lessons that you learn and you grow from. So I will definitely be learning and growing. I will refrain from taking things for granted because I honestly never in a million years would have thought that it would be a year and 2 months of me being without work and making some kind of money. But I want to say again, thank you to those who donated. And I'm telling you, once I get back on my feet, be expecting a return cash app from me, okay? So now let's just get into it. We all know there's a lot going on. I know you guys, if you're on social media, which we're not getting it on the news, they're not speaking about it on the news. But if you're on social media, I know you see all of these countries that have been bombed after Israel and the United States bombed Iran. And I do believe Iran has bombed I believe it's 8 different countries so far. And before I got on here, I just did a little scrolling. I got to make sure I'm on the right episode. Y'all know I'm going to keep them coming. And I know I'm coming a little late, but like I said earlier, I've got a lot on my mind. But I know God makes zero mistakes. I know the source is with me. I know the light is with me because I continue to shine my light. And I know that everything happens for a reason. So whatever I'm going through right now, it's meant for me to go through. Just like the world. Whatever the world is going through right now, we are all meant to see it. We are all meant to feel it. And if you are unable to feel what's going on and feel the empathy in your heart and sympathize with those people who have lost family members, and this is prior to Iran being bombed by Israel and the U.S. It's been a lot of destruction. I just want to say, literally, and not to toot Obama's horn, but I don't know if y'all remember, it was wars during Obama's time, but we didn't have this type of mass destruction where children were being bombed and killed. There were specific targets, and the targets were without women and children. I do believe that something happened with Hillary Clinton. I do know, with Gaddafi being killed, that was under Obama's time. And all death, all destruction is wrong. So we've got to keep in mind that when we see something, we have to make sure that we are able to empathize with it. I believe that we have come too desensitized. I know you guys hear that a lot, but our humanity is being lost and stolen day by day, and we are refraining from caring about our neighbors. And I grew up in the church, and if it's anything I took from growing up in the church is come as you are and love thy neighbor. And I believe that we all have lost focus on that. And I'm going to make this episode Love Thy Neighbor. We have to start loving each other so much more than what we are seeing today. And I laugh because it's just disheartening because even family members aren't showing love. And you say that, oh, family members are supposed to show love, but family members aren't showing each other love. Neighbors aren't showing each other love. And we do get to see it sometimes. I just really feel like we need so much more of it. I've got so many different poems. I need to either write a book or I need to just get up and stand up on somebody's stage and blurt it out. Because I know that once we speak, once we exude what we have on our minds and it comes out of our mouth, it is so powerful. We fail to realize growing up when they called spelling class spelling, we were not just learning words. We were not just learning letters. We were learning how to cast spells with our voices. And a lot of the times we failed to realize how powerful we are because we were never taught how powerful we are. And I know y'all have seen it where you say something out your mouth and then it instantly happens. I know you've seen it. I've done it. I've seen it. I know it works. I know the power of the tongue is real. And with this new blood moon coming, you all will never believe it's happening at 3:33 on the West Coast. It's happening at 6:33 on the East Coast, and those are still threes. All right? And this is episode 57. And if you break that down, 5 plus 7 is 12, and 1 plus 2 is 3. And I'm going to tell you guys, I really thought this was episode 58. And I was like, yeah, episode 58. But I always check. I check myself because I just want to make sure that I am staying in order, in sequence. And I know one time I did jump ahead, but I did correct myself though. But I just wanted to make sure. So I've got that far from perfectionist mindset, just that mindset of making sure that I stay on point because, like I said, my words are powerful. So are yours. And we have got to start making sure that when we speak with love, we speak with dignity, and we speak with healing words, a healing vibration because, y'all, it is time to heal each other. I know that is why I was sent during this time. There's been so many things that could have taken me out, even from birth and then throughout life. I was just telling some young ladies I met the other day, I could have been blind at the age of 16. I had retinal detachment, the same thing that Ray Charles had. And I had 13 tears in my left eye and 12 tears in my right, literally this close to it detaching. And I was, because my mother had a good job and because she had insurance, I was blessed. I had laser surgery in 91 before LASIK even existed. I had laser surgery on my eyes to keep my eyesight. And I'm so thankful. I'm so blessed because I can see. I've been blessed. And I know that growing up, a lot of times I took life and situations for granted. And I realized that as long as I know how I took it for granted, I can learn and I can grow. I'm not sure if y'all heard my song, My God is Greater Too, but I have a line in there that says, God's only giving me a test. He wants to see me living at my best. And that is really what life is, you all. I know if you're on the spiritual tip, you've heard that we are here, our souls are here to learn, and earth is a school for us. And it's time to tap in, and it's time to realize how powerful you are. It is time to realize what you are capable of. When we overthink and we doubt our way, we lose focus on what we should be doing. And we have got to maintain that focus. And that's what I will be labeling today is love thy neighbor, because at the end of the day, that is focus. When you love yourself enough that you are capable of loving thy neighbor and loving someone else despite their flaws, because you don't have to interact with them. You don't have to speak to them. You don't even have to deal with them. But if you love them in here, that's all that matters. That is all that matters. Because at the end of the day, sometimes there are some energies that you have to step away from to protect yours. And that never means you don't love that person. That just means you love them enough to know when you have to step away. And there's so many times that we've got to realize that love is more than just an action. Love is in here. And you can love someone without acting on it and reacting to them Okay? So, you guys, let's just start loving our neighbors. It is time to bring humanity back to life. We have got to start building because we are unsure if bombs are going to hit us. You know, we've taken for granted so many years of not being under attack. And you have to think about it. Yes, Hawaii is a part of America. However, Hawaii is not the mainland. And the mainland has never been attacked. Well, let me not say that because I found out some stuff. You know, we've been fed some lies. But in our ancestors' lifetime, our recent ancestors' lifetime, America's never been touched. They never had to deal with bombs. Now, I know in my lifetime, they did train us. They did train us and they taught us, you know, with propaganda like the Hunt for Red October, if we were invaded by Russia, what to do. And we just never know what's coming. So prepare yourself, but make sure that you love thy neighbor so that when something does come, you can band together and you can conquer whatever you're dealing with at that time, just like what they're doing in Minnesota. They are loving their neighbor. They are banding together and they are making sure as much as they can that families stay together. So you guys, I'm just going to end it by saying, and I normally, like I said, I end it with a quote. You know, right now, I'm unsure if I'll be able to make any books. I do have some. I have 10 books already pre-made. So if you would like to order a book, please visit clhpublishing.com and place your order. These books are only $9.99. And if you want the Book of Air, I will make a way. So if anyone orders the Book of Air, I will make a way. If anyone orders a book of spiritual poems to soothe the soul, I will make a way to print it for you. Okay? And just get inspired to continue to love yourself, because the more you love yourself, the more and easier it is to love your neighbor. So I'm going to leave you guys with just a quote that's coming up in my mind right now. When in doubt, just know with love, you can always figure it out. Get inspired, y'all. And thank you so much for coming to Camille Street. Make sure you follow me. Okay, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It is flywithme32. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Camille in the Lion's Den. You know, we're really unsure of how much longer we will have social media. So as long as I have it, I will make sure I come and inspire you guys. I will make sure I start coming more with some inspirational quotes for you all each and every day. And I just want to thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. It means a lot. And if you would like to donate, still donate to my cause of my podcast to help me to get the monthly subscription. It's $20 a month. So if you would like to help donate with that, I would greatly appreciate that as well. Okay. My Cash App will be on the video. And again, get inspired. Okay. Get inspired to love thy neighbor.